I'm Champaign native Emily Harrington. You're watching the podcast where townies and transplants share their tales of tears and triumphs, losses and wins, proving week after week that everyone has a story to tell. Welcome to HyperLocals. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of the HyperLocals podcast. We're having a rough start, but we are going to get our footing and we are going to get this interview done. I have a talkative, affable guy, and he says he's lived enough lives just like Forrest Gump. But Forrest Gump's smarter than him is how he described himself. So this is Mr. Ceasar Perez, like the salad.
Like the salad.
Like the salad.
That's right.
Thank you for meeting with me.
No, I appreciate it.
We had a 1:00 date, so let's talk about what happened. So did you just forget? Was I that forgettable?
No, it was, I'm that incompetent.
No, you're not.
I was literally just in the middle of another project. And the funny thing is that yesterday I talked to Shay and he said, hey, I heard you're going to be in the building tomorrow. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He goes, okay, well, it must have been something else. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Didn't even think about it.
No recollection. So I am that forgettable. That's the bottom line.
I'm that incompetent. That's what it is.
Well, I'm glad we're putting this together. We've now done the intro twice because we were talking during it, but we were smooth sailing from here on out. And I'm excited to talk to you specifically because you say you have this many lives. And you asked me how much time I have, and I said 52 minutes. So we're gonna do it. Tell me where you're from. Let's just start from the beginning.
Chicago.
Like Chicago proper?
Chicago proper. I was born in Cook County Hospital.
Okay.
In Chicago, and grew up southeast side, starting out, and then as I got older, my mom moved more southeast.
Okay.
So we went from South Chicago to Hegewisch to Cal City to Dalton, and then Lansing. And so I went to high school in Lansing for a couple of years.
Okay.
Went to Okinawa, lived with my dad for 2 years.
Your dad was in the military?
In the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And
Are you a Sox fan? Does that make you a Sox fan?
I'm a Cub fan.
You're a Cub fan?
Always.
Okay. So that part of Chicago leans Cubs.
No, it's all Southsiders are all Sox fans.
Okay, so you're an anomaly.
All my family's Sox fans.
Wow.
But my stepdad took me to Wrigley, and he was amazing. Taught me how to throw a baseball, throw a football. Took me to Cubs games. To, watch Bear games with me, stuff like that.
So you developed an affinity.
Yep.
From him. Okay. At what point in your life are you going to Japan?
I went my sophomore year
of high school. And for how long?
Just 2 years. So sophomore and junior year. But it was amazing. And as I look back on it now, so unbelievably grateful for being able to have those years abroad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the culture was great. The people were amazing. The experiences that I had, it was just awesome. And I missed home.
Sure.
And I missed some things about being here, and it kind of stunted my athletic opportunities.
Sure.
Because I just wasn't trained. I'm like today they train year round, whatever sport it is. Back then it was you started the first day of practice, you ended the last competition.
Sure.
And then you went on to the next sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's and then at the end of the school year, you just hung out for the summer, and then you started again.
Totally different now.
That's it. Totally different.
Yeah. So you went to school in Japan for those 2 years?
Yep.
Okay. Were you the only English speaking?
Oh, no. They're American schools.
Okay.
So you've got, a Marine Corps base, Air Force base, and they have dependents. So they have to have, schools.
Okay.
So you're just going to school with everyone else who is a dependent of military personnel.
Were you close to your dad in terms of how did you make the decision to go there for 2 years and leave your mom? Were you getting in trouble and it's time to ship you off kind of thing?
No. To be perfectly honest, my childhood wasn't the nicest.
Okay.
And we got in a situation where I said I want to go live with my dad.
Okay, so you kind of made that choice.
And when I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks before graduation.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, yeah, because they used to threaten. We're going to go sit and you live with your dad. You're going to go back to South Chicago.
Right.
And because we lived in Lansing and it was a nice neighborhood.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm like, I want to live with my dad.
In Japan.
They were like, we're going to send you there. We're going to call him right now.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to pick up the phone, call him.
So they called your bluff.
Yeah. But I called their bluff is what it was.
Yeah, sure.
And so they picked up the phone and they called him. I goes, Dad, I want to come live with you. He goes, no problem.
Wow.
But it took them a year to send me.
To get organized.
No, they decided they were going to wait a year.
Okay.
'Cause I was supposed to go to Mount Carmel. I was a great athlete. And I was supposed to go to Mount Carmel.
In wrestling?
Just in general. I was in football,
okay,
wrestling, whatever it was going to be. And I was going to go to Mount Carmel. I was pretty smart, got the grades, had my classes all picked out, everything else. And they were like, well, if you're going to leave, we're not sending you to Carmel. You're going to go to the public school down the street.
Oh.
I said, okay, I'm not going to be here long anyway, so screw you.
Right.
And my freshman year, I was too late to join the football team because, again, I was already ready to go to Carmel.
Sure.
And so I had to do something, so I joined the cross-country team.
Oh, my gosh.
And all of a sudden found out that, I mean, I knew I was fast because I was playing football.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize I was fast.
Oh, really?
And I went from never running cross-country,
to winning.
To a 5-minute mile. And,
oh, my God.
5-minute pace, 15-minute 3-mile, 3.2.
Okay.
Winning, conference championships, stuff like that.
Usually football, wrestling, that's kind of in its own entity. And I would say running would be outside of that. They're like birds, they just fly. Were you a lean kid?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can't tell now.
Okay.
But I think when I graduated high school, I was 125.
Oh, my gosh.
And then 9 years after I left the Marine Corps, I was 135.
Wow. Okay.
So when I started high school, I think I was like at 112, something like that.
What would be your greatest athletic accomplishment in high school?
In high school?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sounds like you were probably good about everything. You did.
I was on the cusp of being great. I was good.
Okay.
But when I was in Okinawa, every other year they had a Far East Championship, and that was 1988, and it was Seoul, Korea, the same year that the Olympics were there.
Okay.
So it was right after the Olympics. We got to run on the Han River.
Wow.
And it was amazing. And there was one time I went to practice, and I missed a turn. So I ran to practice from like our host family, and I missed a turn, and I ended up right in front of a South Korean university. And there was a riot demonstration going on. And I was in front of the gates, and I'm looking around, and everybody is looking back at me and angry. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot.
Oh,
I got to go.
No.
So I bounced. I got back to practice. I mean, it was just crazy. But the thing is that back then, and I've after years and years and years of going back and reliving this stuff and trying to figure things out, I realized I was afraid of winning. I was afraid of success.
Huh.
So I had gone to the Far East Championships, and I was crushing everybody. I mean, I was crushing everybody. There was a guy.
And this is in running.
In running,
okay.
Yeah. And there was this guy that was, I was beating him during the regular season, so much so that when he was training for the Far East Championships, he would have somebody have a picture of me on his back.
Oh, my God.
So that he would chase me.
Wow.
And so I find this out later. But we're running, and I'm just killing everybody. And as I'm coming through, we're like about the last, I don't know, quarter mile, something like that, half mile. And in my head, all of a sudden, I see all these Perez wins championship, Far East champion, blah, 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 newspaper articles and all this other stuff and the lights. And I just, it was like overwhelming. And I just stopped running.
No.
So in the middle of the race, I'm so far ahead that when I stop running, I slow down and stop. 1, 2, 3. Then somebody runs by me. And it's the guy that I'd been beaten.
Sure.
And then a couple other people. And I just watched them run. And I look and I go, I didn't come here to take anything less than third. And so I just picked up and ran, and I started running, and I caught everybody, and I took third.
Okay. You wanted third, but you didn't want first.
I wanted first, but my self-esteem and confidence and all the stuff that I had in me didn't think. Like when I was in seventh grade when I was playing football, I took the number 32.
Okay.
Because Walter Payton was my hero. And next year, because 34 wasn't available when I was in 7th grade. So now 8th grade, I'm like captain of football team.
Sure.
I'm a starter, offense and defense. I like to hit people and I'm fast.
Yeah.
And 34 is available. And
so you took it.
I took 32.
Huh.
Do you know why? I'm not good enough to wear 34.
Wow.
And so I kept it that way. So I didn't, and I think in part it was just because of my childhood and the things that I was going through and stuff like that, not having a lot of self-confidence. But it's crazy because in my entire life, people look at me and they go, oh my God, like you have so much confidence. Like you just, I don't know. Sometimes people tell me, they go, I can't believe, like I had a buddy of mine, I've known him since 4th grade. And he's like, how did you survive, dude? How did you get through it? I'm like, what are you talking about? We just did it. You just did it. I mean, what else, what other choice do you have? And, you just move forward. And I think that helped me get through some rough times. And then I also think that helped me with my mentality to join the Marine Corps. And then it helped me afterwards.
You just get through it. You just trudge through it. But are you left with scars?
I think everybody's left with scars.
Okay. Like today, do you have true confidence? Do you believe in success for yourself?
I do. I think so. I don't know. I didn't think I didn't have confidence in myself then.
Yeah.
But it took years of looking back on it and stuff like that to look back and go, yeah, because I could have been a contender.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will continue on your journey post Japan.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So freshman year, you leave and you go to Japan to do 2 years in high school.
Sophomore and junior year.
So when you come back to the U.S., you're now a big senior.
I'm a senior. I tell my dad, hey, I'm going to finish where I started and I'm going to stay home. And so stayed with my mom and my stepdad and my sister and just wanted to finish high school where I started. With all my friends and things like that. Made some good friends, had some great experiences, but I wanted to be home. And so I, went back to TF South, Thornton Fractional South. And now I came back. So everybody knew me as the guy who left.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden I came back and I'm still running. I had only wrestled my freshman year. I wasn't able to wrestle my sophomore and junior year because my dad, he's like, you got to stay home and take care of the family.
Okay.
And so I wasn't able to wrestle. But my senior year got back on there and I was flying.
Wow.
Dominating.
Wow.
Hitting stuff. And my senior year, I took, what was it, third in regionals, because they take the top 3. So I knew I had to be in a top 3 to be able to advance.
Okay.
Took top 3 in regional, top 3 in sectional. And then I got to state and they took the top 8 people not on a team.
Okay.
So they said, if you're in the top 15, you're probably going to place.
Okay.
So as we were going, I let people go by me as long as I didn't drop behind 15.
Sure.
Because I was like, if I get 15, I'm in.
Oh my gosh.
I'm placed at 15.
Yeah.
I want to place at state. And I miscounted.
Oh no.
And so as we're going through, like I hear them counting, 7, 10, 12, 14, 15. I'm like, no. And I sprint the last part, but it was, I think I finished 16th or 17th or something like that. And then so now it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game. Oh no, that was sectionals. It had to be sectionals then because it was to go to state. Yeah, to go to state. That was sectionals to go to state. So in regionals, I ended up getting third place. Not to, toot my own horn. Toot. And so I did whatever in regionals enough to qualify for sectionals. Took third in sectionals, or took third to qualify for regionals. Took third in regionals, and then sectionals. That's what it was. It was like if you want to qualify for state, you got to be one of the top 15. And I missed it, and so then it was a waiting game, and they take the top 8 not on a team.
Okay.
So now we're sitting in this gymnasium, and they're like, numbers, this person.
Sure.
Blah, blah, our last and final spot to go to state at number 15. And I'm like, and I missed it.
Wow.
I could have gone if I'd have pushed myself.
Sure.
If I'd have been like, I'm going for it instead of, I just need the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm going to save myself for state. And then I'll go all
That
out.
was the philosophy you were trying to achieve.
That's why I only took third at regionals.
Okay.
I was like, as long as I get there, I can perform and do well. I can perform once I get there. But
Are you still that way?
No.
Bare minimum
No.
over? No.
No.
It's balls to the wall all
Balls
the
to the
time.
wall.
Okay.
It's funny because I tell my son, my goal in life is to be the dad for my kids that I always wanted to be.
Sure.
And every single thing that I do is a lesson for them. Every single time that I talk to them, I'm trying to just teach them something.
Mm-hmm. What do they think of that?
I'm sure they're sick and tired of hearing their dad talk. And it's always like in the Bears with Ben Johnson right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, better, best. I've been telling my son that since he was 4 years old.
Okay. Interesting.
And so we've been, saying that. And so now it's good, better, best, never let it rest.
Okay.
And the saying that I came up with when I was in high school was, today I've done my best, tomorrow I will do better.
Wow.
And so that's been my mantra. And as long as you're giving your best, and giving your best is subjective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hate that. Your best isn't good enough. You got to get the job done.
Sure.
So don't give me your best. Get the job done.
Sure.
And when you do that, then you're going to be fine.
How old are your kids? How many kids?
I have 2 young children.
Okay.
With my second wife.
Okay.
And they're 10 and 9.
Okay.
And my first marriage when I was in the Marine Corps, we had two children, and now they're 31 and 29. 31
and 29.
Yeah.
Are you still advising the 31 and 29?
No.
They're done. They're cooked.
They're good.
Okay, they're good. But now you have a chance kind of to do it again.
Yeah.
With
do
the
it the
younger
right
two.
way. Do it the way you are. It's like you're 21, 22 years
Yeah, that's
old.
young.
With a kid. You don't know what you're doing.
Sure.
And you think you got the world figured out.
Sure.
You think you know what you're doing and what's going on. Not at all.
So you're doing things differently.
Absolutely.
Learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
When you were a senior in high school and you came back to the U.S., was home different, better?
Oh, it was horrible.
Okay.
It was just
unchanged.
Horrible. Unchanged.
Okay.
If not worse.
But you knew that on the horizon, graduation and the next step, you'd be out of there.
Yeah. I signed my contract to go to the Marine Corps on December 11th of 1989.
Okay.
And I knew I was going to go in the Marine Corps because, like, my mom told me, she goes, even if you get a full ride somewhere, we can't send you to college. I said, Ma, I know, because I had no concept of money. Mm-hmm. I had no concept of where we were living or whatever else. I knew we weren't living in South Chicago in poverty, but I'm like, we don't have money.
Wow.
So whatever. So I'm like, yeah, of course, Ma, I know. I didn't know what all that full ride stuff meant. We can't send you. I'm like, we don't have money. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. So I signed my contract because I don't know what I was going to do. I was like, I'll go in the Marine Corps.
Because your dad did that and you knew that route.
I had no idea what the route was. It wasn't because of my dad. It was just because I was like, I know of this. Mm-hmm. It's challenging. It's the hardest thing you can do.
Sure.
So I'm going to go do that. And so for, 8 months, 7 months, I had that in my back pocket.
Okay.
And so
As you finished your senior year.
That's how I finished my senior year. And I graduated from high school and I left on a Friday and I left for the Marine Corps on a Monday.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't wait to get out. Oh, I was so excited to get out of there.
So
And
did it live up to the excitement or was it a shock going into boot camp?
So we're there the first couple of days. You don't sleep for the first 3 days.
Oh God.
And
I'm out. That's
3 days. You're just up. And then that's when they put you through a bunch of written tests. They want to see how you're going to perform under the fatigue. So they find people like undiscovered. They discover those people who maybe they're great linguists or they're great, they make great intelligence people because they can still perform at a high level under these conditions on a very important task.
These untapped talents.
Right. And you don't know that by just doing regular ASVAB tests or whatever else.
Sure.
So I understand why they were doing it that way, right? But you get 3 days.
Gosh.
And then you get a couple of days of just like you're stamping your uniform. Back then it was stamping your uniform. I don't know what they do now. Stamping your uniforms and learning how to walk and march and put your uniform on correctly, stuff like that. And you get your one phone call. So, and it's usually like it's scripted and whatever, but we got to just talk. So I call my dad and I'm like, really? This is what it takes to be a Marine? Now, my dad had spent 3 tours on the drill field.
Okay.
So he was a drill instructor 3 times over.
Okay. So teaching guys like you, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
He made Marines.
Okay, got it.
Okay. He made Marines. And for me personally, that was the epitome of everything that was beautiful about a drill instructor. You ask any Marine, who are your drill instructors? They're 85 years old on their deathbed. They'll tell you who their drill instructors are.
Oh, wow. Unforgettable.
Unforgettable. Because they changed their lives.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And so I said, really? This is what it takes? He goes, oh, no, son. He goes, you're just in receiving.
Yeah.
You'll know. And so we get to the next level, and there was a drill instructor there, and he said, these are the drill instructors I most hold responsible for your training. My name is, Staff Sergeant Sloman. And when you hear the command to move, you'll fall out and fall in on your footlocker.
Wow.
And he went, and at that moment, my life changed.
Really?
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And we will hear more about that when we return. Okay. So chaos has erupted. And you're in the right spot.
Absolutely.
What is going on around you at that 2 weeks, that crazy 2 weeks?
So the first 2 weeks is really when they push you. The stress level is very, very, very intense and very, very high.
Okay.
But they want it that way.
Sure.
Because they want to see who can handle the abruptness of the high stress level and who can make it through that. And a lot of times that's when the kids break. That's when most people can't handle it, and they think the next 13 weeks are going to be like that. The rest of their life in the Marine Corps is going to be like that. And it's not. But that's when people bounce out.
Did you see people around you bounce out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. One guy pretended he was deaf in the morning.
Okay.
Lights.
He had lost his hearing suddenly?
Yeah. Suddenly he was laying in the rack. He's on the bottom bunk in the very back on my side of the squad bay, all the way down. And, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Banging on,
Jeez.
like some like in the movies, they're banging on the
yes.
the garbage
like a Full
cans.
Metal Jacket, yeah.
And we're all up, and this guy's just laying there. So now as well as I do, if somebody walks into your bedroom,
sure,
you feel it.
Yes.
What's going on? Somebody turns on a light while you're sleeping.
You sense it.
You sense it, you wake up, whatever. Lights were on. People were walking around screaming. This guy pretends he's sleeping.
Oh, my.
And he's like, oh. So drill instructor walked over and helped him wake up.
Now, so was he weeded out?
Yeah.
Okay. You had the foresight and the perspective to know that was only going to last for 2 weeks? Or did you think that was going to be how it was, that chaotic?
I don't know. I didn't care.
You didn't care.
I was there, and I was there.
You liked it.
I liked it. I mean, I became a squad leader because in the middle of all this stuff, I was still pushing myself. I was still helping other people. And the best squad leaders are the ones that get fired and rehired and fired and rehired, and I did. And I got meritoriously promoted out of boot camp, so I went from a private to PFC because I performed well.
What's PFC?
Private first class.
Private first class.
E2.
Okay, so you just kept moving up the chain of command.
As far as I could.
Okay. How long did this last?
What?
Your Marine Corps stint?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
And I asked you this before we interviewed, and you said, you're still a Marine. You're a
Always.
Marine for life.
Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. Okay. So for 9 years, you were in active duty?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I did 4 active duty. I got out, and then within 3 months, I was in the reserves because a recruiter called me and goes, "Hey, would you like to be in the reserves?" And I went, "Oh, please, yes." Because I hated being a civilian.
Really?
Oh, my God. I miss the smell of boot polish. I miss the smell
Oh,
of gunpowder. I miss being around Marines. And so he said that, and I went to Joliet. There was an artillery battery, Echo 224 in Joliet. And so I had been in Saudi. I mean, I was with 11th Marines attached to 11th Marines during the Gulf War. We didn't do anything. And then I was in Somalia for 4.5 months.
Okay.
So I had 4 years active duty. Well, I get there, and they appoint me liaison chief. I'm like, liaison chief is like the guy that runs all of the teams, artillery and radio operators that go out, and I'm like, but because I was the only one that had experience.
Okay. Sure.
And they had combat experience. So then I was like Lance Corporal, but I was doing it so well, they promoted me to Corporal while I was there. And then while I was in, they said, you need to put a package to go back in, active duty. So I did, and they accepted me. And then as soon as I got there, they said, you need to put a package in to go be an officer. And so I put a package in, and I became I got accepted into MESEP, which is the Marine Enlisted Commissioning Program, and I came back to Champaign. And it was funny because I got out in July 94, moved to Champaign in January 95. That's the first time I ended up starting to live here.
Okay.
Left here in July 95, right? Because I was going back active duty. Went to California. So I left Champaign, went to California, back to California.
Sure.
I was in California, and then I got accepted to MESEP. So I went to the University of Illinois. So I came back here July of 96.
Wow.
Back to Champaign.
Okay.
And then it didn't go well for me here. I went through a divorce, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so in December of 97, I went back to the fleet. I went back to California. And I got there, and the Marine Corps had changed. I had changed. I was around people who had other goals and other things that were going on, and I realized that there was more to it than just the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And I called what they call a monitor. There's a guy that puts people in the right spot. The Marine Corps needs people here or here or here, and they're responsible for that job or whatever else, and they put the Marines where they need them. And I called up my monitor. I said, "Hey, I want to be a drill instructor." He said, "We can't send you to be a drill instructor." I said, "I need this B billet to get promoted." And he's like, "I can send you recruiting duty." I said, "I do not want to be a recruiter." And he goes, "Well, I can't send you to DI school." I said, "Wait a minute. Recruiting duty and drill instructor duty, they're both 3 months. They're both at San Diego.
Sure.
They're both tour duties of 2 to 3 years, depending on needs of the Marine Corps. I'm too valuable to my MOS to leave, so I can't go to one, but you're going to send me to the other." He goes, "Needs of the Marine Corps, devil dog." I said, "Master Sergeant, if you don't send me to DI school, I'm getting out."
Wow.
He said, "Sergeant Perez," I was a sergeant at the time. He goes, "Sergeant Perez, you love the Marine Corps." I said, "You're right." I said, "I love the Marine Corps, but here's the difference. I don't need the Marine Corps because there are people that need the structure or need the identity." And like, I knew I was smart enough and I could do other things that I didn't need it. And he said, "We'll see." So I got out.
Really?
And then in 99, so December 97, I was back in California. And then July 99, I came back to Champaign.
Okay, never
Well,
to return to the military.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Vegas first for a couple years, and then I came back here in 2002.
Did that feel like a pridefully led move? Like, would you do that today? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't about, here, I'll stick it to you and I'll show you.
Yeah.
It was, I'm making my decisions for my career and my life. This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go to my grave, if there's ever going to be one thing that I wish I would have accomplished, it would be a drill instructor. That's it. That's the only thing that I'm like, oh man.
Wanted to achieve.
That's the only thing.
And there was roadblocks. No, they wouldn't let you get to that level.
I just couldn't. It was beyond my control.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did that feel?
No, it's horrible. But
Not being able to grab.
I used to go to MCRD, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. So I used to go to MCRD on my own. On my off time, I'd take a bus and I would just sit and watch drill instructors, and I would cry because I wanted to be one so bad.
Oh, man.
I was like, and I trained my voice to be a drill instructor, like to call cadence. I can still call cadence.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's the microphone would bust. It would be like, but I have a drill instructor's voice. I mean, I can do that.
Do you look back on that with regret that you didn't make that goal? No.
It's because it was beyond my control.
Okay. If it was in your hands.
I would have done it.
Okay. All right. Well, we will pick up from that position when we get back. So for 9 years, you were in active duty. Take me through what's happening in the world in that 9 years in terms of combat or where the U.S. is fighting, if at all.
So I left for the boot camp in July, I think, June, July. I spent a month with my dad, and then went to boot camp. And I'm in boot camp. And so you understand the chain of command. There's a commanding officer, and then there's an executive officer. He's like second in charge.
Sure.
So one day the series, which is like all of us, platoons, companies, all this other stuff, the series XO comes in and gathers us all around. And he goes, how many of you recruits are here for college? And like 95% of the hands go up.
Oh, no.
Because the thing is that this is right after high school.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when the Marine Corps sends all the reservists because they want to get them in and get them out. Because it costs money to feed them, house them, do all this sort of stuff. So they want to get them off the payroll as quick as possible.
Sure.
So I'm going with all these, reservists and the kids that just got out of high school like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking around like...
You're not raising your hand.
No,
You're a lifer.
I'm a lifer. So, and at the time, I thought I was going to be 20 plus years.
Okay,
right?
sure.
And he goes, all the hands go up, and he looks around, and he goes, "You are all
really." That's
yes.
F bombed. Okay.
F bombed.
Okay.
I'm trying to be polite.
Sure, I love it. I love
That's
it.
right. So he goes, "You are all F bombed," and they look around confused. He goes, "Because some jackass over in the Middle East invaded Kuwait, a country you've never heard of, and we are all going to war. You are now training for war." And a bunch of kids started crying.
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, that's it. All right, great. And so the rest of my time in boot camp was all training for Saudi, for First Gulf War.
The First Gulf War.
So we get out of boot camp and you get 10 days leave.
Jeez.
And then, and we're building up and building up and building up. And then we go to MCT for a month, which is Marine Combat Training. And I got to go first. Since I was active duty, they were going to put me on guard duty or mess duty or something. But I did something awesome. And they were like, you get to go first.
Okay.
You get to go with the reservists.
Okay.
And so I did that. And we get done. And then you got to go to your school. My school was artillery forward observer. I was a scout. So I'd call in. The easiest way to describe it is if you're enemy and I'm friendlies, my job was to stay in between us.
Okay.
And as soon as you pop up, I call in air, naval gunfire, or artillery.
Jeez.
So, or I go out with command units, and if they need something, I call in, that stuff. So defensive positions or targets of opportunity or whatever else like that. So go to Fort Sill, And they had sent all of the classes before us, anybody who was still there, straight over to Saudi,
Okay.
OJT,
What's OJT?
on-job training.
Oh my gosh.
So no training, but you're going. Poof. So they sent them OJT. They told us, go home. You got 4 years left. You're going to make up your time. Don't worry about it. Just go home. Till when? After Christmas. So November, December, I'm at home.
Waiting.
Waiting. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to go to war. And whatever. And then I go back to Fort Sill in January, and they start the air. They had started the air war.
Okay.
And I'm in a commissary, little place, a little shopping mall kind of thing in Fort Sill when they started the air war. And I'm like, whoa. And then...
So when you say air war, what does that mean? What's that look like?
The military just is dropping bombs from above, just aircraft just dropping bombs, dropping up. And what it's doing is weakening and softening up the enemy's forces just so that it makes it easier for ground invasion.
Okay.
Whatever.
Jeez.
And so, you're weakening them, you're breaking their spirit.
Sure.
It's a lot of other, things involved with it, but it's basically just dropping bombs.
Okay.
And then the 100-hour war started. So we were on the ground. So by then, we finish up our schools, go to Coronado for Naval Gunfire School, and then we get to our unit. We're attached to 11th Marines. So we get to Las Pulgas, which is on Camp Pendleton's a little, place, or a little camp right there, and that's where our 11th Marines headquarters are. So we get to headquarters. Me and two other guys got assigned there, and Litchford and Munoz, awesome guys. And so now we're there. The war happens.
Yeah.
We're attached to the 11th Marines, but, we really didn't get to do anything. And so the next year is when they're like, every week, we're going to war. Like, we're going to Somalia. We're going to Somalia. We're going to Somalia.
Okay.
Like, every week. And every day it was like, we're going. And so
No
you'd
way.
leave, and in the morning you'd be like, bye, I got to go. I don't know if I'll be home tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to war. And then you come home, and they're like, I thought you were leaving.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's great. I don't know. We're not leaving. And then one morning, they were just like, all right, get in the truck. Let's go.
And you actually
left.
You actually went.
December 7th, 1992.
Is this the first time you're going to see combat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we get over there, and oh my God, the heat.
Oh my gosh.
You open the door, and the heat just goes, it's Africa hot. Like, when I hear people say it's hot, I go, no, it's not Africa hot.
Okay, so this is not Champaign-Urbana in July.
No.
Hotter.
No.
Okay.
Oven hot.
Oven hot.
And it's even hotter than that. It's Africa hot.
Okay.
And so...
Are you getting off? You're getting off a plane, a military plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get off, we get to the airport, and they tell us the airport's not secure, so you got to be, be vigilant, whatever. And that's a foreign concept to me. I'm a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
When you say something's secure, there's no leaks, there's no in and out, there's no holes. And so I'm like, what do you mean we have, and we used to call it, we have skinnies in the wire.
Okay.
And not politically correct and probably not appropriate to say, especially now, but, they were inside the rounds of the airport.
Okay.
And then, so as the sun's coming up, I start seeing shadows.
Oh my God.
And they're on top of the buildings, they're in between buildings. And I don't know if I'm supposed to shoot or not. So I'm like, are we? And I'm lifting up and I'm looking. And then it ends up being like guys with AK-47s just up on top of a building. Like, do we shoot this guy?
Oh,
like,
no.
Is he a threat? Like, I don't know what. I'm like, hey, and I'm only a Lance Corporal, so I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing or not. I'm waiting to take orders, whatever. And or a silhouette would go by and it's not yet light. I couldn't really see.
It's like a video game. Like, who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? Yeah.
And then it was a mom with like something on her head, and then there's like she's carrying something.
Sure.
And then I'm like, good thing I didn't shoot that. And then but that's where I got shot at for the first time, and I got mortars and other stuff that we had going on. And
have you ever been shot?
no, oh no,
No.
no.
have you ever gotten an injury in the line of duty?
No. I mean, I'm injured and I've been injured.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. The VA has rated me 100% physically disabled. I'm a 100% disabled veteran.
So what does that look like today?
That just means I've got, they've recognized enough of my injuries that were service connected. So they happened during the military.
So a breakdown in your body, kind of. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, I got my first knee replacement when I was 40.
Oh, no.
48, 2001 or 2021. So 49.
What about PTSD? Do you have any of that? Do you suffer from that?
Uh-huh.
You do.
But see, that's the thing, though. I tell people all the time, and especially like police officers, firefighters, first responders, I walk up to them and say, thank you for your service.
Sure.
Because here's the deal. I spent 4.5 months in Somalia.
Mm-hmm.
I was surrounded by the world's finest fighting force.
Mm-hmm.
Killers.
Yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Amazing people, right? And then I got to go home.
Yeah.
These guys pull 12-hour shifts, 4, 5, 6 days a week. They see some of the most horrific things, pulling kids out of a car, people on fire. The cops deal with, like, you know, the worst of the worst.
Sure.
And then they never get to take the badge off because even when they're civilians, they're looking over their shoulders all the time.
Yeah.
A guy who they put in jail recognizes them, sees them with their family. They always got to be on the lookout.
That's a great point.
And I'm like, they never get to take the uniform off.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you for what you did.
Yeah.
Like what I did, nothing. We didn't do anything. And so.
Well, I beg to differ on that, but are you comfortable saying if you ever shot anyone?
I mean, I engaged with, I earned my combat action ribbon.
Wow.
And the definition for earning your combat action ribbon is to receive fire and return fire engaging with the enemy.
Okay. Do you replay those scenes still to this day? Or is it far enough in the rearview mirror?
I can look back on them. I mean, I remember them just like I remember anything else from about high school or being a kid or whatever else like that. But
positively, negatively?
Sometimes.
Okay.
You know, depends.
Okay.
So it's all good. I mean, I'm 100% disabled, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got 50% PTSD is what my rating is, 50%. So, and I'm in the process of getting a service animal right now.
Really?
Yeah. So it's there's some stuff, but then again, it's not, I don't think it's all Marine Corps stuff. I don't think it's all military.
It could be childhood
or whatever else. And so I'm still dealing with stuff, but you know, right now I don't, it's not me. It's just, everybody has something.
Sure. Yeah.
Everybody's got stuff. So everybody's got anxiety. Yeah. Everybody's got anxiety. It's called life.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
So you don't think you had it any worse than anyone else?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well,
nope.
I don't know, but I was never shot at. You know what I mean? Just
it's kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool.
But things do turn around for you and you become a civilian, even though you're not 100% on board with that title. You don't really want to be.
Well, I get out in 99.
Okay.
I go to Las Vegas and have some fun for a while. And I realize I have to finish my degree.
Oh.
I said, I want to finish my degree. So I come back home. It's 2002. And January of 2003 is when I enroll back in the U of I.
Okay.
So January 2003.
Okay.
Oh, I'm super excited. I'm a student at the University of Illinois. I'm going to do it right this time.
Sure.
Because I didn't get a chance to. I was at active duty before. I'm going to join a fraternity.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to do Orange Crush. Yeah. I'm going to I'll be on the court side and scream like a student.
Sure.
I'm going to do all the cool stuff.
Right.
March of 2003, what happened?
What did happen March 2003?
We invaded Kuwait.
Oh, no.
We invaded Afghanistan. So I see this and I call up my mom and I go, Ma, I'm going back in. She goes, what? I go, those are my guys. I train those guys. They can't go to war. I can't go to war. I have to go to war with them. I'm not going to let them go by themselves. I have to be there with them. She goes, Ceasar, finish what you started this time.
Wow.
Finish what you started. And I was like, damn it. She goes, if you finish and get your degree, then you can be an officer. And you can go back as an officer when you're done.
Sure. I was like, you're right, Mom.
Okay. So I didn't go back in.
Okay.
Which I wish I would have gone back in.
Really?
Just because there's too many things.
But you ended up getting a higher education degree, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there can't be any regrets with that. And we will talk about the final chapter, the chapter we're at now, when we return. Okay, so we are fully enthralled in the U of I culture and being a student and getting our education. And you develop an interesting pastime.
No, what happened was I wanted the full experience
Sure.
of being at the University of Illinois, big college,
Right.
right? So there's football, there's basketball, there's, sports, there's fraternities. So at 32,
Oh my God. It's like a movie.
I joined a fraternity.
No way.
And just like old school, my nickname was Blue because I was the old guy. You're my boy, Blue.
Oh my God.
And the other thing that happened
What
was
fraternity was it?
Lambda Theta Phi.
Okay.
It's the first Latino fraternity in the Greek system.
Wow. Okay.
1975.
Incredible.
I'm older than the fraternity.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
And
Did you live in ever?
there was never a house.
Okay, okay.
And I was, I had my own house literally
Okay.
at the time. So,
Okay.
but I was 32, joined the fraternity, and then I saw an opportunity for me to join iPride,
Okay.
jumping up and down with the students. I didn't know we had a good basketball team. I just wanted to be a student on the side. And so what I did was, I got to do something. This is going to be great.
Sure.
So I had these green Hulk hands because that's what a 32-year-old does. He has green Hulk hands, right? Because
Oh,
they're
my
so
goodness.
cool. I'm a kid.
Sure.
And I painted them orange, and I'm down on the court side,
Okay.
because I'm Orange Crush.
Sure.
And my now wife, then girlfriend, goes, you can't even see them. You should paint them blue and put an orange eye on the back of them. I go, cool, that's a good idea. So I do that. And I'm wearing them for the first part of the season, and I'm not doing anything other than that. It's kind of cool. I'm on the side, court side. We were playing Ohio State. It's when all the students were gone on a break.
Oh, sure.
And Brent Musburger was the broadcaster. And Bruce Weber's yelling some commands or whatever. He's saying, boo, 3. And I'm repeating it. Again, I have a Marine Corps voice.
So it carries.
So all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up. And I pick up my phone, and people are like, dude, shut up. We can hear you on the screen.
Wow.
We can hear you on TV. It was awesome. I was like, this is great. So then my world collides with opportunity. Number 1, Wake Forest comes into Champaign against number 3, Illinois. It's the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Okay.
This is big. We camp out the night before. I'm like, I got to do something big for this. What am I going to do? I know what I'll do. So from my waist up, I shave. I paint myself completely orange and just put some kind of stupid patterns on there with my blue Hulk hands. And then I'm courtside. And when that happens, shoo, every camera is in that building was on me.
My
And
goodness.
Mr. Blue Hands was born. So I was on the covers. I was on ESPN all over the place across the country. ESPN, I was a cover of Sports Illustrated. I'm in 2006 EA Sports. I'm in that game, literally.
Unreal.
I'm currently in the College Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm on a wall at the Assembly Hall.
Gosh.
I've got my own flavor of habanero barbecue, Blue Diamond almonds.
Okay.
So, but
Forrest Gump lived a bunch of lives.
I'm telling you.
And
But-
that is one of them.
And what that led me to being here in Champaign, though, was I'm a Marine. Okay, when I was here the first time, 96, 97, I helped out with Toys for Tots.
Okay.
And it was something that it's just what we do. And so in 2003, I'm like, hey, I went back to the Salvation Army and I said, hey, who do I contact to help out? I'm a Marine. And they go, we don't have anybody. I'm like, no, I know you have somebody. I used to work with them. They go, we don't have anybody doing Toys for Tots anymore.
Wow.
And I said, we're Marines. We give out toys for Christmas. Don't worry about it. So it was too late for me to actually start an official campaign. I started doing stuff and collecting and toys and things like that. But then I got officially recognized or authorized to hold a Toys for Tot campaign by the foundation. Now,
as the director of Toys for Tots in Champaign.
In Champaign.
Okay.
Now, this organization, Toys for Tots, is actually the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots.
Okay.
Okay. It's run by the Marine Corps. Mm-hmm. The commanding general, the commandant of the Marine Corps tells the 4th Marine Division commanding general, that's the reserves,
okay,
you will conduct the Toys for Tot operation. And so all the reserve units, it's mandatory that they do that. But there's a lot of places that are not near a reserve unit.
Sure.
Our nearest reserve units are Peoria, Chicago, Terre Haute, St. Louis.
Okay.
What about all the kids here?
Sure.
So they have what they call local coordinating organizations.
Okay.
Right, LCOs.
Okay.
And so they're authorized to be able to use the Toys for Tot logo to, enter into contracts, get warehouses, collect funds, because, active duty Marines entering in contracts and holding cash and giving money like that, it's just a bad look.
Sure.
Optics are not great, and as well as the opportunity for corruption, things like that.
And this is completely volunteer on your part.
Yeah. I mean,
this is just a side thing you do to give back.
Yeah. I was like, what are we going to do?
Wow.
And so I asked the Salvation Army at the time, the major, I go, how much money do you spend on toys every year? He goes, $10,000. I go, what if I was able to replace that $10,000? What would you do? He goes, I'd use it on other programs. We could help out other stuff. I go, I'll get you your 10 grand.
Wow. And you did. And for how long have you been doing this?
2003.
Okay, so on December 11th, what happens in the back of WCIA off State Street?
Once again, we will hold our annual toy drive. That toy drive is responsible for probably 75 to 80% of all the monetary donations that I get.
Okay.
And the people of Champaign County, which is what I serve, they come through and they donate and they take care of those kids. And right now we have a record number of kids that we're needing and that have already applied. And we're not talking about the emergency cases. Sure. We're not talking about the last minute ones. They're going to shut down the online applications in 2 days. But before we're at 2,700 kids right now.
Wow. Well, thank you for doing such a valuable philanthropy for our community. Money or toys? That's what you're looking for.
New and unwrapped toys.
New and unwrapped toys. Okay. I want to plug your business before we leave because all of these things you have done have led you to where you are today. And I can already tell you're a podcaster at heart because you flow and you transition. So please tell me you're a DJ 9 to 5, so to speak.
I started DJing here in Champaign.
Okay.
I was working at a radio station as a receptionist.
Wow.
Because I couldn't, I needed something to do, waiting for school to start.
Sure.
And they go, the program director, Rob Kelly, goes, hey, you got a really good personality. You ever thought about being a DJ? I'm like, no, I could never be in a box like that. And he goes, oh, I'm not talking about a real DJ. I'm just talking about going to bars and weddings.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And so I go out to Arthur, Illinois, a bar there, right, with the Amish and stuff. And I'm hold this microphone, and the guy who's doing it, he's still working at the station. His name is Doug. And Doug, I look at Doug and I go, do they really pay you to do this?
Wow.
And he goes, don't tell me you like this. I go, this is the greatest thing ever. I get a microphone. I get to play all the music that I love that people already like anyway. And oh my God, this is great.
Right.
And so I started DJing, and then it evolved into I need something to do. So I made money on the side. And then I was able to start my business.
What's the name of your business?
Sapphire Entertainment.
Okay. Can people find you on Instagram, Facebook, all that?
All that.
Okay.
And my Sapphire DJ is usually the way to get me. My Sapphire DJ.
My Sapphire DJ.
Yep. And then just 3 years ago, I started my game day trailers.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And game day trailers is because I love college football.
Yeah.
And I love tailgating. I love drinking. And so combined all your passions. And I literally rent out all the hardware you need.
Wow.
To have a great time. All you got to do is bring the alcohol, because I do not have a liquor license, and bring the food. I set it all up and clean it all up. All you got to do is show up and have a good time.
That's awesome idea. Awesome idea. This has been a joy. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. It was clunky in the beginning, but we smoothed out, and it was a really great interview with you, and I appreciate
you.
your time. I really
Thank you.
do. Ceasar Perez, December 11th, in the back of the WCIA building, 509 South Neal Street, Unwrapped Kids Toys. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's HyperLocal show. If you like what you hear or you need anything from me, let me know at hyperlocalscu.com. Also, search and follow HyperLocalsCU on all social media. Like me, follow me. Bye.